Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, the annoying voice of podcasting, and you're listening to the non-annoying Three Guys in a Flick.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Oh, what a day. What a lovely day.
Three guys and a flick with Don, Ken, and John. Dive into the movies well after the dawn. From the good to the bad to the wildly absurd. They give a fuck about films. Their voices are heard.
Welcome back. You are listening to Three Guys in a Flick. This is where we review the good, the bad, and the absurd. Tonight's episode, Mad Max Fury Road. Beware spoilers. Coming to you from somewhere in the wasteland, my name is Don. Hey, Ken, go ask that pale kid for directions, please and thank you.
Yeah, I'm on it. Stop! Oh my God, he's spraying shit in my face and he's trying to stab me. What the hell?
He seems to want to witness you.
And to my right, we have the comic book guy. This is John.
Heidi-ho.
And to my left, we have the professor, Ken.
Hello, everybody.
How you guys doing tonight?
Hanging in there.
Yeah, what about you there, guy?
I feel like we need some like Road Warrior and Mad Max names for this show. Like you could be, I don't know, Don the Talker.
Don the Talker? How about Don the Erectus?
Erectus Maximus?
Maximus Erectus? Wait, is this Gladiator or is this Mad Max? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Tonight we are talking about Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max comes to us from the Bronco helmet and was submitted by
Ben O.
So thanks, Ben, for throwing that into the Bronco helmet. We hope you enjoy the review. Released on May 15th, 2015, Mad Max Fury Road was directed by George Miller, written by George Miller, Brendan McCarthy, and Nico Lothras. Based on the characters by George Miller and Byron Kennedy. And it stars Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, Nicholas Hoult, Hughes Keys Byrne, Rose Huntington Wheatley, Riley Coe, Zoe Kravitz, Abby Lee, Courtney Eaton, and a bunch of other road warriors.
How'd this flick do, Don?
This movie was made for $185 million and brought in $381 million.
It only brought in, that year in the box office, it only brought in 153.
It only brought in $153 million in the box office that year.
Yeah, and so I guess they were looking at this movie and we're looking at the Furiosa movie to decide whether or not another Mad Max movie is coming out. And right now, it's not looking so good.
Yeah, well, I mean, he kind of fucked up, right? We didn't need Furiosa. I'm sorry, guys. We just didn't.
Yeah, but I thought Tom Hardy signed on for...
He signed a 3-picture deal.
He did, but they can't come up with anything. So,
well, the next one, if they ever make it, is supposed to be called Mad Max Wasteland. And it's supposed to be a prequel that shows what happened to Mad Max, or happened to Max, before he got what happened in the beginning of this movie.
See, that's why I love the internet, because I heard Mad Max Wasteland is a direct sequel to Fury Road. Okay. So listeners, go out there and do your research.
Yeah, verify it for us. Witness it.
There you go.
It is firmly in the hands of George Miller because he's down for writing, directing, and producing it.
Yeah, I hope he does. I was asking comic book guy this earlier, Professor. Did the three of us see this together?
It's 10 years ago.
I know. I feel like we saw it.
I know I saw it in the theater several times.
Oh, I know I did too. Did you see it in the theater, of course?
I must have.
Yeah. So weird.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I could see you dragging me to it.
Yeah. Absolutely. What'd you guys think of it when you first saw it?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful, cinematically speaking picture.
Oh, I agree.
I know I liked it. It wasn't my favorite of all the Mad Max movies.
No, that wasn't my question. My question was, did you like it?
I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I wanted to love it because the Mad Max franchise is one of my favorite franchises. So I wanted to love it. And like 95% of me did love it. I mean, it was just astonishing to watch. It was beautiful, like you said, practicals, all of it. But at the end of the day, for me, I think they mishandled the character of Max in this.
I was going to ask you, with Tom Hardy stepping into the shoes or the boots of Max, what did you think of the casting?
I thought he was miscast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He physically fit the portrait of Mad Max in my mind, but just the way he played it, he didn't sell me. Tom Hardy, I think, is a fantastic actor. I love him in almost everything else in this. I loved him as Bane.
I was about to say, didn't Bane help him get this role?
Probably. So I was a little disheartened at the end of it, but the more you watch it, the more you appreciate it, because just the physicality of this film is mind-blowing.
Same question to you, Professor. What did you think of Tom Hardy?
I thought he did fine in this. Yeah, in general, I think that he pulls it off.
A long time ago,
A galaxy far, far away?
yeah, there was talk that he was going to be the Wolf Boy grown up and kind of taking on the Road Warrior idea, but that was nixed by the director way early.
I'm glad.
I kind of thought that might have been an interesting storyline to kind of pass, the torch down.
What did you think of Tom Hardy?
I thought he was okay. I didn't love him in this movie.
Now back to your question. I'm glad they didn't do it. They didn't need to. I think of Mad Max kind of like at this point in the lore, can be kind of like a James Bond.
Yeah.
Right. Just different adventures, different movies, and possibly different actors to play them. But I'm glad that they didn't tie that thread. There is really the timeline doesn't make sense if you try to force it. So I kind of look at Fury Road as a soft reboot because it didn't follow the formula as other reboots, right? Force Awakens, New Hope, you know what I'm saying? Fury Road didn't follow that. Sure, it was action-packed and was labeled a Mad Max film, but it gave us an introduction to a new Mad Max universe. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's Max.
I read that this was not labeled a reboot. It was labeled a relaunch.
Yeah, I mean, pick whatever word you want to say. It's kind of the same thing, right? And they were relaunching it. I'm just glad they didn't relaunch it like other franchises relaunch their product, if that makes sense. So, yeah. What'd you think of Charlize Theron?
I thought she did a fantastic job.
Oh,
I loved her in this movie.
She practically stole the fucking show.
Yeah, she's my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
I go between her and Nicholas Hoult as my favorite actors. I thought they both did amazing in this movie.
Oh, I think Nicholas Hoult is a great actor, and he was well cast in this. Outside of Max, in my own stupid opinion, the movie was very well cast. The wives, the bad guys, but Nicholas Hoult was a standout, and he carried a lot of the film emotionally. And I agree with the Professor. I think Charlize is top billed, top number one character in this film.
Do you have a favorite movie for Charlize Theron?
Oh, that's a really good question. It might be this. Monster is really good though.
Yeah, I mean, I really love her in this. She was a lot of fun in the, what is that, the Italian Job?
Yeah, with Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fun in that.
I actually liked her a little bit in Hancock as well.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he did. It's a superhero flick. Dude, Hancock was terrible.
It was not good.
You like her in that?
You guys are just haters.
No, we're not. No, we're lovers of good films.
Okay, listeners, put Hancock in the helmet so we can talk about it.
There you go. Well done.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well done, comic book guy.
Now, regarding Nicholas Hoult,
Yeah.
I was actually going through and trying to decide which is my favorite movie that he has done, and I think hands down, it's this one.
Oh, interesting.
Not even just, he did great with X-Men playing the Beast, but this one I think he really got to shine.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Shiny and chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite Nicholas Hoult film. I mean, this would definitely be up there, but he's great in About a Boy. He's great in X-Men.
He's also in that Warm Bodies movie, I believe.
Which is actually a really good movie. Have you guys
Yeah.
ever seen it?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What about you?
I don't know him for too many things. The only other place that I really know him for is Superman and About a Boy.
Yeah. Hughes Key Byrne, the guy who plays
Immortan Joe.
Yeah, do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's the toe cutter.
The toe cutter from the very original Mad Max.
I did
Pretty
not
cool.
know that until I was, doing my research. That's, that's really cool that they brought him back.
I fucking love that. When this movie was announced, again, I'm a big Mad Max guy. When this movie was announced and I read that he was coming back, I didn't care in what capacity he was coming back, but he was coming back and he was the villain. Fuck yeah. And obviously he wasn't the toe cutter because the toe cutter gets flattened. So yeah, I fucking loved him. I thought he was great, menacing. I like his masks and how they changed. And yeah, I thought he was great. What'd you guys think of Immortan Joe?
He is a wonderful antagonist in this movie.
There you go.
Any of the wives stand out to you?
I noticed this is an early role for Zoe Kravitz.
Yep.
Who goes on to become Catwoman.
Yep.
And I like me some Zoe Kravitz. I thought she was great in this.
Yep.
Her little spunkiness.
She was fun.
That Rosie Huntington Whiteley, where's she from? Where do you know her from? Splendid, the blonde. The pregnant one.
The pregnant one.
She was nice to look at.
You don't recognize her?
No.
What about you? Did
she
she
looks a little like Elle McPherson.
A little bit.
No, I don't.
She is in the third Michael Bay Transformers with Shia LaBeouf. She is
she
the
the
love
one with
interest.
the tongue? No.
Yes. No.
Not
That's-
the robot lady?
No, that's oh my god! I can't believe I'm gonna say this. That's number 2. But anyways,
I never saw the third one.
not okay. Decent. I'll just say that decent. So this isn't the first George Miller movie we've reviewed here at the Three Guys. We did The Road Warrior.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago. George Miller does obviously the Mad Max movies, but he also does Happy Feet. He did Babe.
Happy Feet 2, and then the second Babe movie.
Yeah, I was just saying in general movies he has done. I didn't necessarily mean them in order.
Yeah.
Then did you guys?
Witches of Eastwick?
Yes, I was just going to say that.
The Twilight Zone, the movie?
Yep, it's one of his.
Yeah. One of the segments. Which one? Do you remember? I want to say it's the Funhouse, but I could be wrong.
All right, just out of curiosity, I would like you to put from number 1 to number 5, the 5 Road Warrior movies. Which one is your favorite? Which one is your least favorite?
Okay, you go first.
Thunderdome.
Number one. Okay.
Followed by Road Warrior.
Okay.
Followed by Mad Max, Furiosa, and then this one. I'd put this one at the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I go back and forth between Furiosa and Fury Road.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
If I was in a special mood.
Yeah, see, there it is. For me, my number 5 is Furiosa. My number 4 is probably the original Mad Max.
Yeah.
Number 3 is probably Fury Road. Number 2 is Thunderdome. Number 1 is Road Warrior.
Man, we are all over the place.
I love it.
How about you, Professor?
Fucking hit us, Professor.
Number 5 is Thunderdome.
Ooh.
Number 4 is Furiosa. No, Mad Max. And then very close, right next to it, is Furiosa. And then number 2 is Fury Road, and number 1 is Road Warrior.
All right. Well, at least we agree on what the number 1 is.
And number 4.
Yeah.
Where did you put Thunderdome?
Third.
Third. Okay.
No, second. So, I'm sorry, second.
And Professor put it last. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody liked it, man. If you don't like the Lord of the Flies bit or when he meets the kids, it's gonna lose you. No matter how fun that end chase is, if you don't buy the kids, you're gonna fucking lose it. And he risked something. He did it, but you know what? We'll talk about it when we get to Thunder.
I just love some Tina Turner.
Oh, how could you not? How could you not?
But he's just a raggedy man.
Yeah.
And some saxophone.
Wasn't it me? Don't you think I know the law? It's good shit. Good shit. So surprisingly, and actually quite, I was very happy to see this movie gets nominated for 10 Academy Awards and fucking hits 6 of them.
Yeah, pretty wild.
That is fucking awesome.
It was the most it was the most wins for that year. So it lost out for picture. It lost out to Spotlight. For directing, it lost out to Revenant. For cinematography, Revenant. And then visual effects, it lost out to Ex Machina.
Yeah, but everything else.
Yeah. So it won for film editing, costume design, makeup and hairstyling, sound mixing, production design, and sound editing. The film editor was Margaret Sixel, who is George Miller's wife.
I fucking love that.
And she said that she had over 400 hours of film to watch, and it took her 3 months to see all of it.
Yeah. And did you know that they ran out of money after they got it all filmed, and he didn't have a beginning or an end. And he and his wife sat and cut it for like a year. And then finally, the heads at Warner Brothers, someone switched. Someone got fired and another guy came in, and he said, okay, I'm going to give you 3 weeks and this amount of money. Go get your beginning and ending. And fuck, that's what we got.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
So after a year hiatus, he pulls people together.
Yeah. This thing was, they wrapped in 2012. It doesn't come out until 2015.
Man.
Yeah. Which is funny because the original idea comes from George Miller in 1987. As he's crossing the street, Thunderdome had already been released, and he thought, I wonder what a movie would be like just as a chase from beginning to end, right? And it stayed with him all this time.
Well, I was going to say, it seems like the movie is half a chase movie, and then the second half is a race back to the original location. So it's chase and race.
Yeah, and essentially you could call a race a chase as well, but I heard it described that way. I think it was Guy Norris who I heard it from, who was the stunt coordinator, the lead stunt guy. That's how he described it. And fucking A, it is. It's a chase and then a race. It's good shit.
Yeah. And Don, you and I, we've said numerous times that it's so simple in its premise because you're just going out there and you come back.
Yeah. Yeah. And the action. I mean, easily one of the best action movies in the last 20 years.
It is so magnificently done.
I mean, I would easily, if you had to ask me right now, what is the best action movie? I would probably say one of the John Wicks and this without really thinking about it. Cause you go back and you think of your love for action movies, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I read somewhere that out of 150 cars they had for this movie, only 5 of them survived.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it was some pitifully small number, but yeah, a ton of vehicles.
I'm sorry, 15 survived.
Yeah.
Besides all the delays and the money and everything, the other issue I heard that they had with this movie is that Tom Hardy was hard to work with on set. He didn't get along supposedly with the director, and Charlize he had a lot of issues with. They made their peace later, but he's apologized. But I guess a lot of his dialogue had to be dubbed because he was just so difficult.
Yeah, and I think the performance comes across on screen. And he's just kind of blah to me. But that's just my own hang up, and when we get into the film, I'll explain it.
Tom Hardy said that he was very resistant all the way through the filming because he says, I just don't get this, and I just don't see where this is going, and how does this connect to anything else that we've been doing? And he was so pissed off at George Miller. And then when he is at the screening, it's after the screening, he publicly apologizes to George Miller. He says, okay, I apologize. I get it.
He's got to eat some motherfucking crow. Yeah.
I'm sorry that I was so hard to work with.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it had anything to do with, for me at least, this movie didn't feel like it was a story about Max. It was more of he's there, but it's really a focus on Furiosa and Nux and their whole, basically transitions, from, she's on a redemption arc and he's on a transformation arc, kind of a resurrection arc. And, here's Max, who's just the blood bag. He's the sidekick who kind of is along for the story. Did you guys get that feeling at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you watched the same movie we did, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just making sure. I remember walking out of it going, God, that was fucking awesome. Charlize was fucking brilliant. It was so fucking good. Oh, wait, it was a Mad Max movie. You know what I mean?
So, they didn't need to make a Furiosa movie because this was a Furiosa movie.
Yeah, yeah. And if we ever get to talk about Furiosa, which, I mean...
Listeners, put it in the helmet.
Oh, you motherfucker. But yeah, no, I got that right away. Did you?
I suppose I did at the time. That sounds very, very similar. I think walking out of the theater thinking... Oh, wait, that was a Mad Max movie. But everybody's just raving about Furiosa.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the fucking soundtrack in this?
Awesome. Incredible.
Oh my God,
Yes.
just keeps fucking moving. What about you?
I think for me, it was that guy playing the guitar. He's actually a real guitarist. I can't remember his name, but I thought he was jamming on that thing.
Yeah, that was really fucking good. And just the beats and
The fact that they worked that into the movie.
and the musical timing, right? Yeah, Max will deliver a line and then you'll get that wah, wah, you know what I mean? It's so good and it moves the story along really well.
I'm ready to witness me some trivia.
All right. Here we go. Question number 1. How many escort vehicles accompany the war rig when it leaves the Citadel?
John. I'm going to say 5.
Dawn. Oh wait, was 5 right? Because I'm not going to guess if he was right.
All right, total guess.
It's wrong.
Okay. I should.
Who's closer?
I should
Without going over.
Fuck off! I couldn't fucking nail it. It's fucking 4.
4 is correct.
Is it like 2 bikes and 2
Yep.
pursuit vehicles?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Question number 2. When do we first hear the phrase, so shiny, so chrome?
Dawn. When Nux and Slit are talking?
Not quite.
I would say when they go into the storm, but I'm sure that's wrong.
No, it is when Nux is cutting Max's chain off, and he's super excited because they're going to be rewarded by...
Yes. Yes.
Question number 3. Where is Max when he cuts his muzzle off?
Dawn.
John?
It was on top of the truck, and he was doing that little file thing on the back of his head.
Point to John. Question number 4. When they encounter the woman pleading for help from the tower, what does Max say about the situation?
John.
That's a tie.
I got the last tie, so he can have it this time.
That's bait.
Point to Don.
That is correct.
Thanks, buddy. I'm so glad you're here to tell us these things. Joey, take the professor in the back and plug him into the hyperdrive.
Question number 5. When the war rig is returning, how many flares do we see exploding in the sky, alerting everyone?
John. 4?
4 is the correct answer. We have a tie. 2 for Don, 2 for John.
We have been tying a lot lately.
I know. I don't fucking like it.
Do we have a bonus here? Tiebreaker?
How many of the many mothers survive?
John. 4.
That is not correct.
I know what the answer is.
It's 5, isn't it?
No, it is not.
Well,
We end in a tie.
the mothers, there were 5 wives to start with. Capable,
Oh, many
Cheeto.
mothers. I was thinking of the goddamn brides. There's 2. There's 2 of the many mothers that fucking...
Oh,
correct.
you're right.
That's
yes,
correct.
Yes,
And it's even here in the notes.
God
You're right.
damn
yeah.
it.
It's even here. Oh, hey, that's one of my questions.
I was thinking brides,
So was I. I was thinking brides. And Splendid's the only one died. So I was like...
which basically Max killed her.
Well,
I mean...
no.
she
Yes.
didn't... She
Immort-
didn't... She didn't have to try to get back into the cab.
Yeah.
She could have stayed hidden or safe where she was. She was perfectly fine back behind the thing. Why do you bring that up now? Fucking killing me.
Because I just wanted to get you worked up a little.
Oh, it's fucking work. We fucking tied again, dude. I'm pretty fucking worked up. Max Rokotansky is captured by the War Boys, fanatical followers of the tyrannical warlord Immortan Joe. Taken to Joe's stronghold known as the Citadel, Max is imprisoned and used as a human blood bag for a sick war boy named Nux. Meanwhile, Joe sends his trusted lieutenant Furiosa on a routine supply run in a massive armored vehicle called the War Rig. Unbeknownst to Joe, Furiosa has smuggled his 5 prized wives, young women he keeps for breeding, out of the Citadel in a daring bid for their freedom. When Joe discovers the deception, he mobilizes his entire army, including Nux, who brings Max along, still chained to his vehicle, and gives chase across the desert. A high-octane pursuit unfolds, ending in a violent sandstorm. Furiosa manages to escape while Max and Nook survive the wreckage. Max eventually catches up with the war rig and attempts to take it, but Furiosa and the wives hold their ground. After a tense standoff, Max reluctantly joins forces with them. Nux makes a failed attempt to sabotage the rig from within, but is cast out once again.
So I love the way the movie begins with the Warner Brothers and then the road show. It looks all decrepit, and you got the sounds coming.
You got the start of an engine.
I love the engine revving.
Yeah. And then we get a nice little voiceover from my man Max, and he says, "My name's Max." What'd you guys think of the narration opening?
It was good.
Yeah. And so after the narration, we see Max's interceptor and Max. And the first
Harry Max.
Yeah. And the first thing I'm thinking is, how the fuck does it get the interceptor back? He fucking blew it up in Road Warrior.
Comic book.
Yeah, I know. And the video game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, okay, but that's one of my favorite cars ever in cinema history or in the world, so I'll allow it. And the long hair and the way he looked, it reminded me a lot of him in Thunderdome, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so
we get the interceptor, but it's just way too brief. It's so sad.
I know, because after his narration, he hears something
coming, yeah,
and he
packs up,
takes off, and I like how once he leaves, the camera doesn't move.
Yes,
and it's quiet, and then all of a sudden, vroom, all the cars pass, and he's in a heap of fucking trouble.
And almost immediately, his car is capsized.
Which was kind of post-traumatic stress for me, because it always breaks my heart in the Road Warrior when he blows up the car, and now I have to watch it get totaled again.
And it's right off the bat.
That's what I'm saying. It just kicks you in the balls.
One of the things I thought was interesting that George Miller did with this film is he tried to keep all of the action and everything you were supposed to be looking at center screen at all times as much as he could, because he said he didn't want the audience's eyes to have to move away from the center of the screen.
Yeah.
It was such a cool effect as well. After the car crashes, that it slides right up to us.
Yeah. And then Max crawls out.
There was a cool effect that he did, because obviously the stunt driver was driving the car that flipped. I think it was the same guy who broke his leg flipping in Road Warrior.
Yeah.
He was
Guy Norris.
Yeah, he was driving the car, and so he did all the flips with the car, and then George added that sand cloud that came up so that they could then transition to Tom Hardy calling out of the car.
Yeah. And let's just get this out of the way real quick. I mean, if you haven't seen Mad Max Fury Road, then what the fuck are you listening to this for? But all of the practical effects and all of the cars, they were fucking real.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was built, everything was blown up, and everything was flipped. What they primarily used CG for was the sky.
Yep.
The color, and to erase all of the safety equipment that they needed for all these fucking stunts.
Even the people jumping from car to car, things like that was all practical and real.
Yeah. And so Max gets captured, and he's going on with his narration, and ultimately he says, I'm going to survive, or I'm a survivor. And he's being taken back to the Citadel.
And he's being integrated into the system.
Did you see what it was reading on his tattoos, what it was written?
I caught some of it. I caught it was 12,000 days from the blast, and something about him being a road warrior. And that really stood out to me because, well, they're going to pay homage to the Road Warrior more than once in this movie.
Yeah. It said that he was 10 hands high. His piss was okay. His genitals were intact. He's O+ blood, which is high octane. He heals fast. Universal donor. And then it also, I thought was funny, it said keep masks because he's basically feral.
Yeah. And so they're cutting his hair and they want to brand him. And he's like, nope, not having that.
Wasn't it creepy watching the little kids gathering his hair?
Yeah. I mean, they're all fucking, the whole thing was creepy. He breaks free and he starts running through these tunnels, and we get that score, and it's just pounding, and the camera keeps moving. And then finally he gets to these doors. He opens it up, and it's a fucking cliff.
Well, along the way, because earlier on when we first started the movie, he was hearing the voices. This is where we start getting the visions of a little girl and a mother that apparently died. I didn't realize it when I first saw this movie, and when I've seen it since, that was not his wife and kid. I thought they were just kind of remaking the idea of Mad Max, of how he lost his wife and kid. No, that was someone he lost between Thunderdome and to this point.
Right. Nobody knew that.
No.
So for me, as I'm watching it, these flashbacks really, they bother me.
Mhm.
They bother me a lot.
I just took it as that he's tortured, haunted by people that he's lost from his past.
Sure, absolutely. And yeah, they're obviously people that he met after all of the events that we've seen. But as an audience member and as someone who loved the fucking franchise, I was hoping that maybe it was his wife or his boy, his child, which was a boy, not a girl, and it was a baby. But anyways, the flashbacks bothered me.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
I love the chase music that we get as the wild boys are after him, and then just that bit at the end when we get that side shot as he's swinging back and they grab him, and then watching him being dragged inside.
What really fucked me up was when they put that thing over his face and then they start pulling him back. That was weird.
Did you catch that when he goes out that door and gets on the hook, one of the war boys falls, and while he's falling, he's not yelling, like screaming, he's yelling yes as he falls, because it's a heroic death for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then right after that, bam, Mad Max, Fury Road. And you're like, okay.
And that's just the opening.
And that's just the opening.
And then we are introduced to Immortan Joe. He's getting ready.
And Furiosa.
Well, with this Immortan Joe, you first see him as kind of this old man with all these tumors, and they're blowing the white stuff on him to kind of help with the hurting of the tumors. And then they put on this kind of stuff that makes him look like he has fake muscles.
Yeah, it's like armor.
I like how we see Furiosa, and she's got the tattoo, the branding on the back of her neck, and we are introduced to the war rig. And that thing, that looks so badass. Come to be that she's the one doing it. Holy shit. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting to me that they have to lower all of the vehicles down because they're all up in the mountains. Clearly Morton Joe doesn't fucking trust nobody. But
he's separating himself from the rabble below.
And we also get a bit where Morton Joe comes out and addresses the crowds.
What'd you think of Morton Joe's kids? Rictus, Erectus, and his little kid in the chair.
It fit the world.
Yeah.
It was very post-apocalyptic, and they were, special, if you will. But he comes out, he addresses the crowd, and he fucking hits the levers, and out comes the water.
For 30 seconds, and then turns it right off?
Yeah.
And we, the audience, now see that Immortan Joe has this iron grip on power, and he is clearly, in complete control over everybody here.
Oh, yeah. This is his world.
Well, he's also put himself as like a godlike status. The people think he's immortal, and the war boys alone worship him.
Oh, yeah. It's a classic cult situation, And so Furiosa takes off, and we get to see the war rig and the pursuit vehicles that follow her, and they were on a run to
Gastown.
To go get some gasoline, and then
they were supposed to also go to Bullet Town.
To the bullet farm. Yep.
Well, that was my confusion,
Bullet
is if they were heading to Gastown before she turns off, why did she already have gas in the truck? She said she had 3,000 gallons of gasoline.
Right, but she didn't tell Immortan Joe that. She was taking that because that was part of the deal with Excite Bike people.
I think they call them buzzards. Or no, those were the rock riders. The buzzards are the one that they saw along the way.
Oh, that's right.
After they leave the Citadel, that is some very pretty shots that we get as they head towards the gas town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we are introduced to Max's new life. He's a blood bag.
And we meet the organic, who is supposed to be the doctor, if you will.
He's a mechanic who's also a doctor.
Yeah. And we kind of see how it is down there. And
All of the war boys are basically dying. They all have half-lives because they have tumors and everything else. So their only hope is to die in some amazing way, kind of like Norse mythology, die in some epic way that they'll get to go to Valhalla.
yes.
And be led by Immortan Joe. Now, the key, or the thing I thought was interesting about Max being the blood bag was, and I didn't realize this first, but when, I don't know if Max gets punched or hit or something, and you see like a flash of light, that was supposed to show that Max's blood was special in some way and that his adrenaline was really working on Nux. And I guess that's one of the reasons why Nux put Max in the front of the vehicle, was to keep his adrenaline up, because it was really pumping the energy into Nux.
Huh.
Okay.
There you go.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So we're back to Furiosa, and as you said, she hangs a left.
And I like how the dude comes up and he's like, boss, what the fuck we doing?
Did you catch why she hung a left when she hung the left?
Because, no.
She was waiting until Morton Joe's people sent a signal to the gasoline town. And as soon as that signal was sent, she knew, okay, now they're not going to communicate anymore. I can turn. That's exact the moment. She was waiting for that exact moment.
Yeah, well, it didn't really work for her.
Yeah.
Because they fucking figured it out.
Yeah, because
Right.
the one guy was watching it the whole time.
It is seen by the Citadel that they're changing course. And so Morton Joe, he's like, what the fuck is going on? And he heads down to check on his brides.
Right.
His possessions that he's put in a vault in a safe.
And he figures out that Furiosa took him. And he walks in there into a bank vault in the side of a mountain. But
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine.
It's weird.
It's fine. It's fine. And I guess the nanny or the den mother is
She's like
there.
I think she's like referred to something as like a wordsmith or something. She's a teacher. She's a historian who has all of like the history tattooed on her body.
Yeah. And she's got a shotgun. I don't know why she just doesn't fucking shoot
No
him.
kidding. What are you doing? Just blabbering on like that as he's walking toward you. Shoot the fucker.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the kind of fear he has put into people, I suppose. And he says, where's she taking him? And she's like, far away from you. They begged her to go. They fucking are out of here. And we as the audience are like, who? Right?
And now we meet Nux, and everybody's all pumped up because the word has gotten around that Morton Joe's prize breeders have been taken by Furiosa.
And the war boys getting ready. I like how they go to that mound of steering wheels.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an altar representing, the people who've been blessed by a Morton Joe with the steering wheels, as well as a remembrance to all the war boys who have fallen.
Yeah.
We get to see some of these cars for the first time. Just so cool to see these wildly outrageous contraptions.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one war boy takes Nux's steering wheel.
I think his name was Slit.
Yep. And Nux is like, no, dude, that's my steering wheel. And the other dude's like, no, dude, you can't go. You're too sick. And he goes, fuck, I'll take my blood bag. String him up. And you're just like, what? And so they put Max on the front of Nux's car, like you were saying, which also was in The Road Warrior.
Yeah, it's a callback to that.
Yep, absolutely.
And now we see everybody taken off, and then we're introduced to that crazy guitarist.
The Doof Warrior.
It was actually a working guitar flamethrower.
Yeah, the flamethrower, as soon as you hit the whammy bar, the flames came out.
Well, you got to have your tunes when you go on the road.
Oh, right? I mean, how could you not?
And what was so cool about it is that they incorporated it in. We hear the music playing and we come up on the rig and, the drummers. Oh, these are the drummers that we're listening to with our music that we've been for the last 30 seconds. We swing around and we see that outrageous guitarist going on.
And now the fucking chase is on, right?
Nux, he pulls up beside a Morton Joe, and Joe, he looks over. He looked at me.
And so it's like, no, dude, he was looking at your blood bag. And
I'm awaited in Valhalla.
I love that. And how excited he is. And I love how Nux is wearing Max's jacket, right? And so he takes off, and they are trying to bring down the war rig. They're trying to stop Furiosa. And this whole sequence from the time they meet up with the buzzards to the fucking sandstorm. What a fucking ride.
What a
Non-stop.
roller coaster ride. Holy crap.
Did you have a favorite car crash during this bit?
I don't know. There was a couple, that they just plowed through the front of them, and you see the car completely obliterated.
Yeah.
I can't think of just one.
Yeah, they're so good. And it
It
was
was just boom, boom, boom.
yeah, they're so entertaining, right? So Furiosa thinks they're on to me. I got to lose them. I'm going to go into this sandstorm. And at the same time, Nux is like, I'm going to fucking catch her, right? And at the same time, you have Max who's strapped to the front of the fucking car.
And there was a great shot in there as we see the Citadel coming in behind, and we have the war rig off in the distance. It's a long distance, high shot. And it's just like, oh man, look at all those guys coming for him. So when those badass baddies, they're engaging, such an epic side shot where you have one of the war boys. He's leaping off of the very back of the semi truck, and he's got two poles in his arms, and you see him slow motion leaping down onto the Badlands car. Such an impressive, beautiful shot.
That's where he was yelling, "Witness me!"
And then right after this, we get a reveal of the camera pans forward to the front of the war rig, and holy shit, who is that girl in white crawling up into the cab? What the hell is that about?
And now we're introduced to the wives, or at least Splendid. And what's her name? Furiosa's like, you can't be seen,
Get
right?
the fuck back down there.
That's right. And she's like, we can't breathe down there, blah, blah, blah.
And so the dispatch of the last vehicle, and holy shit, that is one big fucking sandstorm ahead of us.
But so impressive.
Especially the side shot that you get when you see just how massive the storm is compared to the itty bitty little cars coming up to it.
And Max is kind of fucked, right? Because he's out in it, and he's now in the back of the car on the outside.
Yeah, he's able to break free.
And he notices Nux is going to blow himself up. I think Nux's plan was to fill his car full of gas, pull up in front of the war rig, and blow him up.
This is where he wants to be witnessed. This is going to be his epic death. It's, he makes the comment of, I live, I die, I live again, which he's planning on dying. But really what happens is this is the start of his resurrection, of his story, where now he's going to go from dying as a war boy to starting his process of becoming human again.
Almost.
Yeah.
And so
we have Max. He's forced to. He's linked to Nux, but he's going to ride out the storm in the back of the car.
And so Nux is getting ready to blow himself up, starts the, what do you call it? Flare.
The flare.
And Max is able to break the back window with the chain on his fist, stop it, causing Nux to crash, causing him to break free. So there's no way anybody survives this crash.
I agree.
But
Hey.
it's Max, right? And then we fade to black.
And then I love the reveal of Max when we come back. It's after the storm, and we're looking at this little mound of sand.
And he gets up, and this is where that sound design again kicks in, because he still has the hook in him for the blood
Transfer.
right? And so you get a pulse, and that's what Max is hearing.
Yeah, everything is muffled and just that pulse.
And then as soon as he takes it out, we're snapped right back in, and now we got hearing.
Yeah, again, this is Max going from just being a blood bag to now being Mad Max again.
Yeah, sure. And
He's trying, but unsuccessfully, to get himself separated from Nux.
and I love the bit where he picks up the gun. He's going to blow his hands off.
Like at the wrist, I think, is
Yeah.
where he's putting it.
And he presses the trigger. And I remember thinking this in the theater, just as he pulls the trigger, I said, watch, it's not going to work. A la Road Warrior, right?
I say callback.
Yeah, and sure as shit. I'm like, oh, easy peasy.
And then he hears something off in the distance. What is that up there? And so, all right, he takes Nux with him because he can't separate himself.
I like he almost wants to bite his hands off or his fingers off.
He
to
tries
slip it
to
out.
because of that mask wouldn't let him. He
Yeah.
probably would have.
Oh, I'm sure he would have. He's feral, remember? And so, yeah, he's got to pick up Nux. He's got to carry Nux and the door. But he was smart. He took the fucking gun with him. And now,
Why did he take the door?
because Nux was chained to it?
I couldn't figure it out because I thought him and Nux are chained together, but he's not chained to the door unless he's just planning on using it as a shield. I don't know. It just seemed weird why he was carrying the door.
I was curious about that as well.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice. There you go. And so Max stumbles upon.
He is given the most unexpected sight that I think that he could have ever thought to think of.
Do you think he was more excited to see all these women standing around, those good-looking women standing around, or them pouring out all that water so freely?
Oh, I think he wanted the water.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
100%. Because as soon as they notice him, and you have Furiosa, she's trying to bang all the sand out of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they notice him, they all kind of
freeze.
And he's got the gun. And he tells them to bring the water. And he motions for someone to come over and cut it. And Furiosa starts to go, but he doesn't want her.
Do you know why he doesn't pick her?
Because he only has one hand.
She can't use both for the cutter.
Yeah, he's not stupid. And so one of the brides comes over.
I think he also looks at Furiosa as the largest threat of the six.
Without a doubt.
If she can't use the bolt cutter, she's just going to swing it at him.
Right, exactly. So one of the wives comes up, and during this time, she's not strong enough to snap it. And so Max takes his attention off Furiosa for just that brief second, and then the fight. Mm-hmm. What'd you guys think of this fight?
It was good.
It was fucking great.
It was crazy, like fast, like all the cuts and the clips. And I love how she gets the shotgun and puts it to his head and doesn't go off because we already know it's not going to work.
Right. And it was well choreographed and it looked great. And it ends up with, as they're fighting, Nux kind of wakes up too.
Because all the water that's splashed on him.
Right. And there's a gun.
We also see Immortan Joe. He is off in the distance coming. And this just racks the tension up that much more.
Right, because...
time's limited.
Yeah, absolutely. And so eventually Max gets the upper hand. Nux is awake. He has Nux cut the chain. And then I like how he pulls his jacket off.
I love the bit where Max gets to the gun, but he doesn't have the bullets. But Nux has the bullets and he slides himself right up there so he can load the gun. So because Nux is thinking, hey, we're trying to stop Furiosa.
Yeah, we're on the same side and we're going to be rewarded because of this.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Mm-hmm. And Max gets the upper hand and he's like, fuck this noise. I'm getting my jacket and I'm fucking leaving.
What do you think of the fact that Max got in the truck and tried to drive away, leaving them stranded in the desert?
It doesn't surprise me at all. You know, Furiosa just kind of lets it happen because she knows, right? At some point it's going to die. And all the other ones are like, what the fuck? What are we going to do? And
we also get something that gets called back later on in the movie, which is one of the brides, I think Splendid, tries to go towards the truck and Max shoots the pistol and clips her on the leg a little bit, causing a little bit of blood. We also, at this point, they also announced that she's the favorite. And now he's fucked because of it.
Yeah, pretty much. And so he takes off and he gets not very far because
500 feet, maybe.
The war rig has a kill switch on it. And so they catch up and I like how Max is just sitting there and she's like, it's got a kill switch. Take us with you and we can get out of here. I'll show you how to do it. And he's like, okay, you can come. And she's like, no, all of us. And then he's like, well, fuck, we'll wait.
And he's just sitting there.
Well, did you she gave him 3 pitches and he went for the last one?
Well, yeah. After when the 3 pitches were, the first one is she tells him about the war rig, right? You're sitting on blah, 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 horsepower, fastest thing out there. You're also relying on the generosity of a very, very bad man. And Max is unfazed by all of this.
He's like, fuck that. I don't care.
Yeah. And then she says, you want that thing off your fucking face? And then as soon as he opens the door, we get the score again. Mm-hmm. That hard hitting music that tells us, oh, it's time to move again. Mm-hmm. And so everybody gets on board. She comes in. She does the fucking
sequence.
And the war rig takes off.
We also get to see that they aren't friends yet because Max does not trust him. He's still holding a gun on him. He collects all those guns, a ton of freaking guns from everywhere.
I love the gun collecting bit.
All in that big bag.
What's it a callback to?
Another movie. Road Warrior.
No.
Thunderdome.
Why?
Oh, at the beginning when he's checking into Bartertown.
That's
And he pulls all those weapons out of himself.
That's right.
Yeah, and then we also see Nux. He jumps onto the back of the war rig.
As the war rig barrels through dangerous territory, Furiosa seeks safe passage through a canyon controlled by a biker gang with whom she's made a deal. But the bikers betray her upon spotting Joe's approaching army. An explosive battle ensues, during which Splendid, one of his wives who is pregnant with Joe's child, falls from the rig and is killed. Joe presses on. The bullet farmer and people eater join the pursuit with Furiosa and Max using mines and muddy terrain to slow them down. In a night battle, they disable the bullet farmer's vehicle, and Nux, inspired by the compassion of Capable, another of the wives, switches sides and commits to their cause. Come morning, Furiosa leads the group to what she believed is her childhood home, the fabled Green Place. But when they arrive, she learns that the land has become a barren swamp. The few remaining members of her old matriarchal clan, the Volvolini, confirms her worst fears. The Green Place is no more. With only 7 Volvolini left, the group decides to press on across an endless salt flat in hopes of finding a new refuge. Max initially parts ways with them, but after a haunting vision of a child he failed to save, he returns with a new plan. Go back. Instead of fleeing into the unknown, Max convinces the group to retake the Citadel, which is now largely undefended and rich with water and food. So they're driving along, right? Max still got the stupid thing on his fucking face. He's collected all the guns, and all of a sudden, something starts dragging in the back because Nux got on, and he disconnected the hose for the pod that they're pulling.
In the meantime, we also have Toast. She spots something. Oh, boy. They get their binoculars out, and they take a look. All right, tell me, what do you see? Big rigs, polecats, flamers, the people eater. Oh boy. So as Max investigates the trailer pod where the wheels are locked, Nux breaks in and attacks Furiosa.
Did you get why she didn't see him coming?
Because there was no mirror?
Her mirror got shot out earlier, so I thought it was clever how they kind of worked that storyline that make sure it was explainable. Otherwise, she would have seen him in her rearview mirror.
Oh, yeah.
It got shot out. And then she replaces it later with a mirror.
Never once thought about
A
it.
hand mirror.
Yeah, never once thought about it. So after she identifies that they're dragging something, she's like, fuck, I got to go do it. And Max is like, no, I'll go fucking do it. Which now he's kind of becoming trusting, or
It's his first attempt that we see that maybe he is softening his stance on trying to not necessarily be
dick.
Not trusting to everybody.
Right. And he probably has a better chance of surviving with these people than without at this moment. Because, I mean, he even notices, he looks over and he says, more of your friends are here. And it's Gastown now. So they've got Gastown and Bullet Town.
Well, it's Gastown first, then Bullet Town.
Yeah.
Either way, they're both chasing him.
Yes, the bullet farmer is also in pursuit now.
And this is also the bit where he fixes the pod and he finally gets that fucking thing off of his face. That drove me nuts for this whole movie that he wore that.
Was it a call out to him being Bane? Him wearing that face thing?
If you want to look at it like that, I suppose. It just drove me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
His dialogue drove me nuts. He, as a character of Matt's, drove me nuts. Anyways, moving on.
So we have Nux. After the altercation, he ends up getting thrown from the cab. So he's out of the truck.
And
they reach their rendezvous point, and hopefully, I struck a deal and it's still good.
Yeah.
But her deal says that she's coming alone.
Right.
And so she's not supposed to have the wives with her. She's not supposed to have, of course, Max in the cab with her. And she's not supposed to be chased by all these people.
Yeah, and so one of the guys yells down to her. He's like, "I am not happy. 3 war parties."
Yeah, well, I got unlucky. Let's do this. And she tells Max earlier, you might have to drive this motherfucker, right?
Well, Max won't tell her his name. So what does she call him?
Fool.
Fool.
Yeah. And so as it is going down,
Gunshots start, and
she yells fool, and the fucking tanker takes off. And now the second half of the chase starts.
the bikers are going for the war rig.
And I like this bit because now we see Max and Furiosa working together.
Yep.
And there's some pretty good shots, and the stunts were absolutely fucking amazing.
The jumping of the bikes.
Right.
Holy shit, man. And the fact that, while they're jumping, they're able to, to launch the attack from up in the air like that. Man, that's incredible.
And what they're trying to do is they are trying to blow the passage up so the other vehicles can't get through. And at some point, after the deal is all fucked up, the biker gangs, they blow the bridge anyway, or they blow the canyon up anyway.
Yep.
And so the Citadel, the Bullet Farm, and Gastown are all kind of at a halt at this moment. So that gives Furiosa and these biker dudes kind of a head start. But in the meantime, the biker dudes are attacking Furiosa and the gang.
And, when the hood is engulfed in flames, I thought it was so cool the way Furiosa lowers down the cow catcher to drag up, the sand to wash over the hood to extinguish the fire.
Fully functional.
Great.
Fucking
Great.
It existed. And then, so they get away.
And we see Immortan Joe. He has broken through on that crazy big, big wheeled car. So when Immortan Joe catches up to them and he's ready to start firing, this is where we get Splendid. She whips the door open. She steps out. Are you going to shoot me? You going to shoot my baby?
Yeah. And before he goes through the fucking rocks and stuff, they find Nux. And Nux says, I was with them, right? He shows them a piece of their cloth. And as they're chasing Furiosa, Nux tells Immortan Joe, get me close. There's a secret passage. I'll get in and I'll fucking pike Furiosa in the back. And he's like, no, shoot her in the fucking head. Bring me back what's mine. I love the bit when he gets on the tanker and he runs and the chain gets caught. And he fucking falls over and the gun flies out. And Immortan Joe, mediocre.
Yeah. Which, you think about it, that chain, which was once connected to Max, really kind of saved Nux, because then that restarted his redemption arc.
Sure.
His rebirth.
Yeah, good for the chain. I love it. And after Splendid opens the door and Joe won't shoot her, Furiosa goes to shoot Joe, and one of the war boys jumps in front of it and takes the bullet for him.
Yep.
And then the chase is on.
And then Immortan Joe, he gets himself in front, and that ridiculously big jump that he does to get in front of the war rig.
Uh-huh.
He's like, oh, wow, it's just so impressive.
And then at some point,
we have the spear that is shot through the steering wheel, and they're not able to turn. And so then the steering wheel flies off, and Max's hand is stuck. And so once they get that freed, oh my God, here comes that piece of that big rock. And so Furiosa, she reaches over with the wrench, and she gets it, and they start turning just in time, but not enough time, type of thing. And bam.
And then Splendid goes in the back.
Yep.
Yeah. And you think, oh God, when she pops her head back out, you think, okay, well, at least she's safe.
Yeah, for the next 30 seconds.
She takes a step, and that blood from that shot earlier is all over her leg, causing her foot to slip.
Yep. And then she has to grab onto the door, and the door is not very sturdy. So in a way, it might be Furiosa's fault too.
Yeah.
And so it falls, and Immortan Joe sees her and goes to swerve, and then his rig completely flips, and the wives are tripping. They're like, go back, go back, go back. And Max is like, she went under the tire. And Furiosa says, did you see it? And he just looks at her and he says, she went under. They move on.
Did you catch Immortan Joe's mask during this?
Yeah, it opened.
Yeah, it's only one of two times, I think, in the movie that the mask, because it's supposed to be like a breather mask to help him breathe, that it actually opens.
Yeah. And then
we have war boys continuing the pursuit on a motorcycle. And the war rig stops because they need to make some repairs. And Cheeto, she makes a break and she starts running back.
Yeah.
and this is where we get to see Furiosa's prowess with a
rifle.
sniper rifle. One shot, 2 dudes. Boom. They're dead.
Next shot that we get, you get this very pretty shot. Okay, clearly they've gotten the pass open again because here comes everybody and they're driving at us and you got that gorgeous sunset going on type of thing.
Absolutely.
And then the camera comes down and we get down to the ground and then they drive right over us.
Yep.
Very cool, very pretty. And then you get another pretty shot where we look at the war rig from the side and it's a gorgeous sunset shot of the side of the war rig. Very, very pretty.
And at the same time, Capable is going to watch the tail end of the war rig, right? She's watching the back.
And Furiosa is going to go down and make some repairs.
And Max is going to drive.
What the fuck? Can you go down and make repairs?
I fucking love that. I love that concept.
So cool.
Yeah.
Of making repairs while you're driving.
While you're driving, yeah. And the way she straps in and has to do it, it's really fucking cool. And Candid notices Capable.
Capable, yeah.
And Capable notices Nux. And they start to have a dialogue. And
she lays down next to him and they just start having a little intimate conversation.
Well,
as human beings.
yeah, because Nux is at his lowest point. He has just failed in front of a Morton Joe. So it's pretty much over for him.
Yeah.
Now we're into the night and it's nighttime and we can see that the ground is starting to get a little wet maybe or not quite swampy, but it's okay. But we can, in the distance, we can see our pursuers' headlights behind us.
And we find out that the earth is really soft and the rig keeps sinking.
They're kind of in a swamp.
And so they have to put like one foot in front of the other, if you will, and they have to try and dig the war rig out.
One thing I noticed that they were doing is they were taking the hood of a vehicle
And
putting
driving
it under
over
the
it.
tire.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the meantime, we also have Angahared. She's passes. She's dying. And Morton Joe wants the baby.
Erictus, you had a little baby brother. Perfect in every way. And then Erictus's line, did you hear that?
I had the baby brother.
And he was perfect. Perfect in every way.
Did you know that guy was actually a former WWE wrestler?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember who he was, but I read that somewhere.
Yeah, he didn't last long.
Yeah.
And so back to the quagmire, and it shows that the war rig is definitely slowing down. And Nux, he's now actively trying to help.
Because they put the hood or whatever in front of the wheel and it starts to drive and both Furiosa and Max look at each other like, what the fuck? And then they find out Capable's like, no, he wants to help. And Nux says, you need to go put the winch around that thing over there.
Did you notice that as Nux's redemption story, his rebirth goes on, the white paint and everything on him is now fading back to pink. So he's becoming human as the story is going on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a great metaphor. I just took it as all the white stuff was washing off after a while. And so Max has to do something, or they have to do something to try and slow down the party. So they go back and they plant some bombs. And as...
Because they can see, it turns out it's the bullet farmer.
Right.
In his little tank vehicle.
Well, yeah. Well, first, the bombs stop everybody. Stops Joe, stops People Eater, stops everybody. Because if you stop long enough in that mud, you're going to sink. And the bullet farmer had those treads, like a little tank, like you were saying.
Yep.
And he's like, fuck, I'll go take care of this. And he takes off.
So the bullet farmer, he's crazily firing, and his shots are reaching the war rig. So they get the rifle out. And all right, Max, he's going to try it. But you only got 3 bullets left.
And he does it again. And you can see on Furiosa's face, like, come on, man.
Well, this shows that Max isn't the best at everything.
Well, yeah, no, it's a perfect bit because he's getting ready to take that last shot. He breathes, and then he just lifts the rifle up to give to Furiosa because he knows, right?
Yep.
And this is another sign of trust where she puts the gun on his shoulder, and she's like, "Don't breathe." And boom, she fucking nails it.
Well, it also shows she's come to realize she needs him as much as he needs her.
Oh, absolutely. I think she knew that after the after the canyon bit, after he took the rig like she wanted him to. So,
But I like how she shoots the light and it blinds the bullet farmer.
yeah.
Hold the lamp up. Hold the torch up.
It is in front of my eyes or your eyes. And so they're still on their way.
Well, but they haven't broken free yet. So they get the winch out, but the winch isn't making, it needs just a little bit more. It's not quite enough to get it all the way around the tree.
They get the war rig out, and Max tells Furiosa, take the war rig, couple clicks down the thing, and if I'm not back by the time the engine's cool, leave, right? And so he goes.
I love the shot that we get of the bullet farmer in the moonlight, and he's, the moon is behind him. He's got his guns up in the air, and he just, I am the scales of justice.
Yeah, just screaming at the top of his lungs, firing his guns willy-nilly. Mm-hmm. And so we see Max go back. He walks into the fog.
Mm-hmm. Which this is supposed to represent. This is not Max's story, because we don't see what happens when Max leaves. We still remain on Furiosa and Nux on their story. So because we don't see what he does, it represents he's not the main focus.
So they're resting, and they hear that explosion off in the distance, and you see it off in the distance. It's like, okay.
And what I love about this bit is less is more. You don't need to see what just happened. Mm-hmm. And I love how not only did Max bring back all of the weapons, but he brought back a steering wheel, which they needed, and he gave Nux a boot, which he needed.
Yep.
And the line I like is when I think it's Toast says,
"Are you hurt?
Whose blood is that?"
But
he's bleeding.
Oh, he's bleeding, right.
She says, "Are you hurt? You're bleeding." And then that's when you get Furiosa. That's not his blood.
And you're like, oh, shit.
And then we get our first exposure of the crows cawing in the darkness. We see a couple of them flying around. And, I just love that really cool shot of the war rig as it's driving past the dead tree, and it's filled with all these crows, and you have those people on stilts. It just looks so otherworldly.
And so we cut to the next day. And Furiosa's driving.
We are in the desert now.
Yeah. And Max wakes up because he has a nightmare. More of these visions. In one of these visions, I don't know which one it is.
I think it's this one.
You see two eyes bulging.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Mad Max.
Oh. Mm-hmm. There's also one of these visions where the little girl tells him to watch out, and right as she says watch out, an arrow in the dream comes at him, which was a vision of what happens to him shortly afterwards, and is supposedly how he knew to put his hand up, because the arrow was going to come at him. He had an actual vision of the future.
They see something off in the distance. They turn to investigate, and they find a woman on a tower pleading for help.
A naked woman on a tower.
And I love Max's first reaction. That's bait. Which, obviously. And then, so it is told that, when they get there, the Furiosa gets out and starts saying, I'm Furiosa, daughter of this, that, and the other. I'm part of the many mothers, the clans. And the gal who comes down puts on her clothes, obviously. And then we hear her give a war cry. Mm-hmm. And then we see some motorcycles. And now this is the many mothers. And it's a bittersweet reunion.
Because there's only 7 of them left.
Yep. And Furiosa had been gone for 7,000 days or whatever it was.
Plus the one she didn't remember.
And she's like, I can't wait for the brides and the 2 reliable men to see the green place. And they're like, well, which way did you come from?
From the west.
Well, if you came from the west, you fucking passed it.
Yeah, it was that blue swamp.
And then it's like a big kick to the balls to Furiosa.
It's so heartbreaking.
This is a great scene because it's a one shot of her hearing the news, turning around and walking to that desert and just dropping her arm and dropping everything and falling down to her knees. And then that scream.
Yeah. Yeah. So heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. And, now what the fuck you going to do?
Yeah, because you got to imagine that was the only thing probably keeping her going all those years.
Yeah.
Is getting back to the green.
It was.
Now it's nighttime, and there's some conversations that start taking place with some of our characters. We, the seed keeper, she's talking to the gal about all of the different seeds that she has.
Which I thought was a nice little touch. Kind of humanizes everybody.
Yeah, because those seeds represent growth and hope.
Yeah.
And green.
Absolutely.
So we have Max and Furiosa, and they are talking. And Furiosa, she's thinking, I think that we should head out across the salt flats.
Take the motorcycles and go.
Yeah. And she says, one of them's yours, fully loaded, and you're welcome to come with us. And Max is like, no, I'll make my own way.
Yeah, he's a lone road warrior.
And then he tries to tell her, hope is a mistake. Because if you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
Next shot we see, it's daytime, and Max is sitting there watching them head off into the desert.
Which is very reminiscent to the opening shot, where he's just standing there watching.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he has a vision. And this is the bit where something fires at his head because he holds up his hand and he's like, oh, I have force powers. And he has a plan.
He changes his mind.
Yeah, he realizes that they're just going off to their death.
And so he gets on the bike and he catches him. And he says, yeah, you can ride for 160 some odd days that way, but I guarantee you all you're going to find is salt. But if you turn around and you go back this way, and everybody's like, go back the way we came. And then the wives are like, yeah, no one will be there. They're out chasing us.
And it's a new green place.
And yeah, absolutely. And it's unguarded. And then Capable's like, and we'll be with Nux and he'll bring us back. And Nux says, yeah, kind of feels like hope. And even though Max said, don't trust hope, but it was Max who gave him hope to begin with. Right. And the plan is to go back the way they came, uncouple the pod and blow the canyon again, and then right off to the Citadel. And everybody's on board. Furiosa's kind of like, and then Max says,
it'll be one hard day. Isn't that what he says?
yeah, it's going to be a hard day, but at the end of it,
Hopefully.
maybe we'll both come across some form of
Redemption.
yeah, which was her whole arc. You've been saying this all night.
I have.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. With Furiosa, Max, the wives, and the Volvolini united, they launch a daring reverse assault, racing back through hostile territory with Immortan Joe in pursuit. The final act is a non-stop gauntlet of violence, sacrifice, and vengeance. During the battle, several Volvolini are killed, Toast is taken, and Furiosa is seriously wounded. As the rig nears the canyon, Joe catches up. In a brutal fight, Furiosa boards Joe's vehicle to save Toast. She manages to kill Joe with a well-placed strike, thanks to Toast's distraction. Nux redeems himself in the ultimate way, sacrificing his life by wrecking the rig to collapse the canyon behind them, preventing any further pursuit. Max, wounded and weary, gives Furiosa a life-saving blood transfusion. They return to the Citadel with Joe's corpse in tow. The oppressed citizens rise in celebration, overthrowing their tyrant's regime. As Furiosa and the survivors ascend to the Citadel's throne, Max silently slips away into the crowd, a drifter once more. Roll credits. So before we get into this, I'm going to ask you guys real quick. Would you like better, the chase or the race?
Okay, let's see here. They both, no, the race.
Yeah.
I got to go with the race because there was more resolution during the race.
Yeah, but I like the race just because it fucking look cooler. Those polecats?
The polecats.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The polecats, because, when we're first introduced to those as they swing into the frame, you're like, holy shit.
And everybody is on their ass.
Everybody.
Did you know that they hired Cirque du Soleil people to help with those scenes?
Uh-huh. Yeah. One of the directors who did Cirque du Soleil in Vegas, he's the one that came up with the idea. Yeah, it's a great behind the scenes thing. So they're making their way back, and
I like it when Toast says what are you doing? Praying?
To who?
Anybody who's listening.
Because, this is a shot in the dark. And as they're coming back, Immortan Joe and the gang are kind of just chilling. And then one of the war boys says, there's the rig. They're going back.
The Citadel's undefended.
And fucking they got to go.
Yeah.
And so the Doof Warrior wakes up and we get the riffs and they're going. There were a lot of things that drove me nuts about Max's lines. But the one, like you were saying, when the Interceptor pulls up.
That's mine.
Fucking dumb. I'm sorry. Come on, guys.
They took my blood. Now they take my car.
That might even be worse. But yeah, those things drove me nuts. But anyways,
And then right after this, the guy's up on the hood and he's feeding fuel into the intake, and
He's actually spitting nitro.
and so Nux, he's
Insane.
like, Nux is like, I got this, and don't blow my engines.
and they
No,
fuck it,
I'm just gonna give him a little nudge.
and he does it, but he ends up choking. And so who fucking takes over? The guy with the heart of gold, Max. And yeah, this whole fucking sequence, this whole race back to the Citadel, it was just fucking jaw dropping.
Yeah. And then from the back, we see these harpoons are being shot into the back of the war rig. And then you got those the plows that are dropped down into the ground to slow the rig down.
Yeah. I like how as they're driving along, Max tells Nux, you got to go make some repairs. We got to go take off 3 bolts of the pod. And during this whole time, you have the polecats coming in. You have Furiosa almost getting choked out. The one that broke my heart was the chainsaw on the little old lady, the one with the seeds. Because it hits her and she knows. She knows instantly she's fucked.
But you notice that she doesn't want to cause any distractions. So
None
she
at all.
keeps it to herself.
That's right. And she just sits there and she dies.
She just bleeds out.
Yeah. Super sad.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
And I was kind of surprised that all of the many mothers got taken out so quick.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
They were warriors. There was warrior deaths.
Oh, sure.
But
They're going to Valhalla.
It was so crazy watching the polecats come in. But the best polecat of all was the one that comes in and snatches toast.
Yeah.
So frightening.
Oh, absolutely.
So as he's coming back, so he was back there trying to cut those chains, but then he's called back up to the front. And as he comes up to the front, we get one of the war boys. He pops up and he shoots a spear, small arrow. And Max, he gets that flash of the girl and he slaps his hand up to his head and it hits his hand instead.
And Don, sitting in the fucking audience, rolls his fucking eyes. So
now we are at this, I don't want to say wonderful, but more or less it's this wonderfully perilous moment because, Furiosa, she's stabbed and you can tell that she's hurting.
She made the sacrifice play to catch Max and hold him outside the truck, which left her vulnerable to get stabbed. And so that was kind of showing that they now have kind of bonded in a way that she will sacrifice for him.
yeah, I didn't think she was going to let go of him.
I didn't think so either.
Not by any stretch. And I like how Nux is under there doing the fucking repairs, and then he kicks Max to help him up.
That was a pretty big kick to throw him to the other car.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are fucking fast reflexes too.
But the last little bit of this, perilous moment is we can see through the passenger window of the war rig that Immortan Joe, he's right out there and he's looking over and you see Toast's face in the window.
And he's holding Toast face at the window, taunting Furiosa.
So it's like, man, Furiosa, she's like, this is not good.
And she's fucking stabbed and bleeding out. Yeah.
And she's holding on to Max for dear life.
That's right. And the people eater, right? The big dude who likes to play with his nipples.
The cannibal, yeah.
Did you notice his expression when he ran over the Vovalidi lady?
He chuckled.
It's more like he
He kind of, he got a little ecstasy out of it.
yeah. And so I loved it how Max gets kicked into his vehicle and then he just he holds him in Max holds him in front of himself as someone's shooting. So essentially
Immortan Joe shot him.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a shield.
Yeah. And what they're going to do is he's going to blow up the people eater rig, right? Give him some space.
And then you get that polecat and he grabs Max.
And he takes him out. And so you have Immortan Joe's truck, you have the war rig, and you have the speaker truck, right? And Max has got to make his way up. And in the meantime, Furiosa is going to make her way up to Immortan Joe's rig. And one of the wives,
Cheeto, she goes back to Immortan Joe.
she's like,
Maximus,
Rictus, take
yeah,
me,
take me.
take me, which is a ploy
Because you think she tried to run away earlier, too.
Right, but she's not doing it this time. It's a distraction. So Furiosa can make her way onto Joe's rig.
Right.
And then when Furiosa gets onto the rig, Erectus is like, what the fuck? And so, what's his name? Nux hits the brakes and puts a little bit of distance. And so now we have Immortan Joe's car with Toad, Immortan Joe, one of his henchmen, and Furiosa. And, got to have a little bit of a fight. But this is where Immortan Joe gets it.
Did you notice this? Like I said earlier, when his mouth was open, the mask mouth was open. It's open here when he bites it as well, because that allows Furiosa to hook the harpoon into his mouth.
Oh, I thought it was to the side, but it all happens so quick.
Yep.
Right. And it's
Remember me?
and boom, opens the door, and which I think is kind of a dumb line.
It was.
What do you mean? You just announced that I was taking the war rig. How do you not remember me?
It was supposed to be a callback that is explained in the Furiosa movie.
Doesn't make any
I know.
sense.
It doesn't make any sense in this movie because it's not explained until Furiosa.
No, just the whole. That's like me asking you if you remember me. Do you remember me, John?
What she was trying to say is she's now that little girl who was taken by Immortan Joe all those years ago.
I still think it's a dumb
I
line.
didn't get
Yeah,
that.
she got back to that point. That's what I read. That was supposed to be the explanation. But you're right. It's the same as all the other things in the movie that they don't explain, so we don't understand.
Right. So,
That wasn't needed.
and so,
He gets his face ripped off.
and they're driving away, and now Erictus is pissed, and he wants to kill everybody.
We get everybody transferring off of the war rig and up to Immortan Joe's car.
Which is perfect because that's what they needed to get back into the Citadel.
And I don't think they even thought about that part, right? That just kind of worked out in their favor.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw it. But I saw this coming a mile away. I don't know if you guys saw this coming a mile away, but Nux is going to sacrifice himself
Totally.
because I was rooting for Nux and Cupid to capable. I was rooting for Nux and Capable to have a fucking life.
Well,
right?
you obviously, he's got a half-life. He's
Well,
not going to live very long.
I was hoping that he had more days in him to be with Capable.
You were hoping he'd get a little something before he goes.
He might have on the top of that night. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. You weren't there.
But I appreciated his final words,
Witness me?
where he said it very peacefully as, witness me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she couldn't hear
Like
her.
to her, I know.
But
But
yeah.
someone was he was happy someone was seeing him and would be able to tell stories.
and someone witnessed him.
Yes.
And it was Capable. And he manages to flip the rig, blocks the passage. They get away.
Kill Rictus or Erectus or whatever his name is.
You get the electric guitar being thrown at us and then the steering wheel.
I think I saw this in 3D, and that was one of the bits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. And so we're on our way back to the Citadel. We have 2 Volvolini survivors, 5 of the wives, Max and Furiosa.
And Furiosa, why is she making that sound?
She's in a bad way.
Her lungs are
Collapsing.
He punctures a hole in her side. I am so sorry.
I love that line because he's right.
Oh, so there was one line you did like from him.
Maybe that one, just that one. And he starts the blood transfusion to save Furiosa. And this is where he tells Furiosa,
Max. My name is Max.
Yeah.
that's my name,
And that was his final line.
which was fucking, ugh. And it was the way he delivered it, right? I don't know. Tom Hardy wasn't a very good Mad Max to me.
They arrive back at the Citadel, and everybody's like, but the platform doesn't come all the way down. Explain who you are.
And so Max comes out and uncloaks the dead Immortan Joe.
Proving he's not immortal.
I love what the crowd does to him.
Just tears him
They
to
rip
pieces.
him apart like they're going to eat him. And everybody's so happy. And at the same time, the many mothers or the milking mothers,
They open the sluice gates.
and they get some water.
Do you know what I heard when Immortan Joe was getting ripped to pieces?
What?
Meat's back on the table, boys.
Oh, yeah, that's a good callback. Good callback.
The kids lower the platform.
And they start to go up. And in one shot, we get Max.
He's on the platform while it's rising.
I know, but I knew as soon as they cut away and they cut back, he wasn't going to be there. And because Max a loner, right? There's no way he was going to stay.
That's the way he needed to go. That's the way it had to end.
Absolutely. And it's such a good end because she finds him in the crowd. They share a moment of respect and like a thank you, and they go their separate ways.
I love how Max disappears into the crowd.
Yeah, he's gone. And that was Mad Max Fury Road. All right, what do you guys think? You guys ready to rate this flick?
I'm ready to rate this flick. How about you, Johnny? Are you ready to rate this flick?
If I were any more ready, I'd be driving to Valhalla screaming, I live, I die, I review again. What a day! What a lovely day to review this movie.
I love how it's high and then low. Hey, Professor, how do we do our ratings?
We do our ratings on a scale of 1 to 5 fucks. 5 fucks is a movie that we think is cinematic gold. A 1 fuck movie is where you get done watching it and you're thinking, I'm never watching that again.
And what's a 0?
0 fuck is you get done watching it, you turn to your buddy and you're like, oh, for shit's sake, what the hell? Why would you make me? I want 2 hours of my life back.
Or in other words, we just don't give a fuck. Professor, you picked it. You're up.
Mad Max Fury Road is a satisfying watch. It's probably been a year, maybe more. No, it's probably been more since I've watched the movie. The Furiosa character is fantastic. She's heads and shoulders above everybody else. The character of Nux, he is a great character as well. Max, on the other hand, I thought he did fine. And I thought that it was kind of curious that it's not as much of a Mad Max movie as it is a Furiosa movie. The music, the cinematography, the action, the relentless driving, force of this movie, from start to finish is so damn good. I love this movie. It is such a great watch. And there's no way I can think of this movie as anything less than 5 fucks. It is so good.
5 fucks from the Professor.
Would you like to go next or would you like me to go next?
Go ahead, buddy.
But before I do, Don.
Yes, sir.
Want to witness my review?
Well, considering Thunderdome is your number 1 favorite, which I respect, I'm going to say you're going to give Fury Road 3.75 fucks.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Mad Max Fury Road delivers high-octane post-apocalyptic thrills with stunning world-building and standout performances, especially from Charlize Theron and Nicholas Hoult. While it's not my favorite in the series, it's still wildly rewatchable. And overall, it's a good flick, but not a great flick. And so it's for those reasons, I'm giving Fury Road 3.75 fucks out of 5.
Damn, fucking nailed it. Nice. Mad Max Fury Road. This is a perfectly put together film. It is perfectly paced. It is, the soundtrack keeps you moving. The story is so simple. Point A, point B, and back. My problem is I think Tom Hardy was miscast. I think that their hearts were in the right places. But at the end of the day, this does not feel like a Mad Max movie to me. But that doesn't mean it's not a great movie. Luckily for us, Charlize Theron steals the show and makes me love Furiosa. Now, I get irritated some years later when they do the backstory that we didn't need, but that's a different podcast for a different time. Overall, I think Fury Road is a lot of fun. It is one of the best action movies, I would say, in the last 20 years. Hands down. Could I watch it? Yes. Will I watch it again? Absolutely. Will I roll my eyes every time Tom Hardy's on screen? Probably. And it's for those reasons I'm giving Mad Max Fury Road 4 solid fucks. So with 4 fucks from me, 3.75 fucks from the comic book guy, and cinematic gold from the Professor, that gives Fury Road an average of 4.25 fucks, which now puts it in the 10th spot with Enter the Dragon, Hunt for the Wilder People, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Saving Private Ryan. It is slightly better than Casino Royale, Scream, The Big Lebowski, The Breakfast Club, and Top Gun Maverick. And it is slightly worse than Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Matrix, The Road Warrior, and The Crow. So there you have it, boys. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Three Guys in a Flick. If you would like to know which movie we're going to be reviewing next, please check out the website. Speaking of which, hey, John, where can they find us?
They can find us at threeguysinaflick.com, where we go ahead and post all of our show notes. All of our podcasts are available there, and there's a form where you can submit a movie to go in the helmet and have us review. You can also find us at all of social media, where on Tuesdays, I've started posting what movie we will be releasing the following Thursday. You can also find us at any place that hosts podcasts. And while you're listening to us, it's a great time to subscribe and leave us a comment. And in the comments, if you want, add a movie and we'll put it in the helmet.
All right. I just want to take this quick second and acknowledge 2 shout outs. First one is from Jason W., who said, hey, can you guys do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990? Well, I got good news for you, Jason. It is actually episode
39
in our library. So go back, take a listen, and please remember,
Be nice. Be gentle.
we are a different podcast now than we were back then. So listen to it. Let us know what you think. And lastly, we have a comment from Loke626 who says, in regards to the Happy Gilmore episode, thank you, 3 guys, for another great episode. Did not see this one coming. Love this movie as it is a definite comedy classic and one of my top 5 Adam Sandler movies. I put it up there alongside Tommy Boy for its non-stop comedy and heartwarming storyline. As always, I can't wait for the next episode. You guys either do movies I love or have never seen and tend to try to watch that movie before going into the episode. 4.25 fucks from me, and I'd call it Clappy Fillmore.
I like that. Clappy Fillmore.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hey, thanks for playing along there, Loke626. The professor has the biggest smile on his face I've seen in a while.
Maybe Clappy Filmy more?
Whoa, why? Don't try to embellish.
Okay.
Just
Clappy Fillmore.
just accept. I also want to thank Ben O for throwing this into the Bronco helmet. I hope you had as much fun listening to the review as we did recording it. And I also want to thank anyone who listens and who has suggested a movie. If you keep listening, we'll keep recording. For 3 Guys in a Flick, I'm Don.
I'm John.
And I'm Ken. Thanks for listening. So shiny. So chrome.
3 guys with some mics, yeah, dive into the flicks. We're here for the real talk, no time for the tricks. Don as the captain, steering us right. Kid drops now, is shedding light. John with the comics, bringing the hype. From the good, the bad, to the absurd, we break it down, make sure you heard. Passion for the screen, we ride or die about movies. You know, we always give a fuck, no lie.
Coming to you from somewhere in the wasteland.
Why does that kid keep chanting, witness me?
What's he want us to witness is what I wonder. No, he should have never once uttered those stupid fucking lines. That's what should have happened.
Why do you hate those lines so much? We'll get there.
Yes. Bring it down there, Squirrely Dan. Rose hunting hose hunting win, Abby Lee, Courtney Easton, and a bunch of other road warriors.
Courtney Eaton.
What did I say?
Easton.
Oh. Did he do Witches of Eastwick? I thought Donner did Witches of Eastwick.
Well, it shows up for him having directing credits for
Yeah, it shows up in his Wikipedia.
Then I fucking love it. I love these Witches of Eastwick. When was the last time you seen it?
And VHS.
Yeah, probably.
Been a long time.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson is the devil. Come on.
And Cher.
Hey, listeners, Witches of Eastwick,
Yeah, please don't.
please and thank you.
I almost said, and this is Homo erectus.
I'm shocked you didn't say, witness me. I'm going to make just clips of how many times you like to point out someone saying, witness me.
Witness me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's going to go home and say, Julie, witness me. And she's going to go, witness what?
She's going to pull your pants back up.
That's good. I like that. All right. 'Tis the time. What do we got?
Professor,
I hadn't thought of it. No, I have none.
how many do you have?
Like 2.
Okay, I've got a whole mess of them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Mad Rax, Fabulous to Behold.
Not bad. I have Mad Mom's Creamy Road.
Ooh. Mad Maxed, Filthy Load. Mad Maxine, Fury Hoed.
Oh, I had Mad Maxine Creamy Road.
Nice. I had Mad Muffs, Filthy hole.
I had Mad Maxi Pads. That's a bit much. I know. Okay.
Mad Max fiercely rode hard and put away wet.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
A bit of a mouthful. All right. May all of your days and nights be filled with happiness. All right. Fuck off. Good night.
Tune in, feel the thrill, catch the vibe. As three guys in a fight, keep the passion alive. Fuck that.